Welcome to the Hourglass Hour. I'm Sam. Last week was my first episode ever, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. But in full truth and transparency, my wings were a little clipped. Moving forward, I need to be crystal clear. These videocasts are 100% my personal perspective, my flavor, my take. Now, yes, I am a founder of Windy City Production. And while WCP and I align on a lot of things, I have a personal perspective and viewpoints that sit well outside of what Windy City Production and its team would agree with. So I'm drawing a line in the sand right here, right now. From this point forward, when you're watching the Hourglass Hour, you're getting Sam's perspective. You're getting Sam's flavor, and I'm moving freely. So I'm going to give it to you straight moving forward. Coca-Cola over Pepsi every single time. Creed is undoubtedly the greatest rock band ever exist. Marvel ends at Endgame. When we beat Thanos, and anything after that doesn't exist to me. Pickleball and bowling are not real sports. And wedding videography is substantially harder and far more impactful than photography, full stop. But here's what matters. You don't have to like me. You don't even have to love me. What you absolutely have to expect when working with me is extraordinary effort and extraordinary work. That's who I am. Fuck, that felt great. I'm not going to lie. Here's what we're diving into today. We're announcing 2 more free mini sessions launching next week. First 2 people to DM me the name of the greatest rock band of all time are getting today's slots. And I'm also going to be building and dropping a wedding photo teaser from my Saturday wedding shot at Ruffled Feathers. And we need to wrap up that video teaser we started on episode 1 last Thursday. So let's dive in. Oh, that's embarrassing. Big rookie mistake. Mind you where the sand is. And then I just realized we have not been recording any of this. And I'm going to own that. And so let me just kind of walk you through what just happened over this period. Believe it or not, what we did was we created a teaser. And that teaser was from this past weekend's wedding. Now, also what you're looking at is what I call my carousel builder. I'm not going to take credit as if I coded this thing myself. I essentially used Claude to help design this and absolutely love it. A great way to help create the slides for me to, of course, share teasers. Because remember, I think last year I posted 8 teasers in total. And I definitely want to be much better about that this year. So you guys completely missed me building this entire teaser. This was Saturday's wedding. Went through and I can now successfully report to you there were no major bugs because the carousel builder went through a major update that I improved on. I wanted it to be a bit more linear in its design. So obviously it still takes a lot of my input. I have to move slides around and you would have saw a million different moves. But the point is, one thing I've noticed is so sporadic how I initially designed it that it wasn't linear in design. So you would have like reception photo and of course like a getting ready photo on the same slide. I'm like, what in the world? So I went through, apparently it does not, I thought initially adding colored tags for my carousel to read as far as like pre-getting ready, ceremony, different color, reception, different color photos. Turns out Claude tells me that's not going to work. So we went with renaming the files and just adding essentially, a letter to the beginning. So that way that would align with a specific category. And it was cool because it also added the color category to each image thumbnail over here. But yeah, no major breaks. That would have been, it wouldn't have been as embarrassing because it wasn't even recording. So, like I said, I definitely did not miss a whole lot because it was a lot of just clicking and dragging and moving things about. But if you're a fellow photographer, videographer, highly recommend digging into Claude. Try to make your life a little bit easier. Find ways to create tools that really help accentuate your ability to add value. And that's where I was left off and looked over here and realized I'm not recording whatsoever. And I was getting ready to go on a tangent about adding value. So here we go. The reality is I'm definitely not the most talented. No, there's always gonna be someone bigger and better, right? I'm definitely not the best looking, to say the least. I look like a homeless man at many times. But my success really has boiled down to the ability to find ways to add new value to my clients. That's something I'm very passionate about, very willing to just stack brick after brick of finding ways to fine tune and add new value, right? That's where a lot of my successes come from. So with that said, congrats to the couple, amazing couple, ton of fun capturing your wedding day. Here's an example of something I just routinely do. Now, every wedding is a little bit different, and I would easily bet probably 90+% of my weddings, I've went above and beyond in a way to add value to them. And I'm not talking about like, well, I stayed an extra 5 minutes. No, like your value add should be huge, right? So I was strictly their photographer. That was the task I was with. And our studio has basically had to be remade from the weekend because I absolutely took it all apart. And I took it apart for a reason. The reason being is I actually wanted to test out the podcast setup at a wedding and give those tools to the guests, because I think there's something magical about storytelling, especially on a day like a wedding day where you don't get to relive it, right? And there's a lot that can be forgotten over the years. And why not give your guests the opportunity to share their perspective of maybe moments you may have missed, right? And that was the concept. So I brought all the gear, set it up, stuck around for a few extra hours, totally on me, and happy to report back. I think it was a big success. And I say that because it's funny, like when I first started doing it that night, the first, I had to go hunt. I felt old school because in the past we used to do video interviews. Like it was part of clients would ask us to do it, and it never worked out well. No one ever wanted to do it. And the people that would do it, it was just, it was not good. It was not ideal. And so you use this task of like hunting people down and bringing them out. And I felt like that vibe at first. And if I were being honest, I got a little discouraged right away. I'm like, this is not shaping up how I thought it was going to shape up. And stuck with it, kept pushing through, thought about my kids because they inspire me in many ways to do what I do, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to push again. And I pushed again. And finally, I got the right people. And they just loved it. They sat down. They had a conversation. The words I kept saying kept popping up, the same phrase of, man, I could do this all night. This is so much fun. And I'm like, bingo, it hit. People love to tell stories. I feel like especially in the day and age that we are in now, where you can get so consumed and sucked up in the moment, there really is something special about sitting next to someone and reminiscing and sharing stories. And that's what these individuals are doing, right? So I should be able to share it. Give me a second here. I'll pull up an example. Or actually, it should just be. Here we go. So here's an example. Yeah, I totally geeked out. I made slides and all. I wanted to be professional. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
This is so cute.
This is so cute. They're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can hear you so good.
Oh, might help if I give you guys the full view here.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was requested, just so you know. You can come sit next to me next. We'll kick Emily out and we'll chat.
So like I said, I went full out. Got the slide deck created, picture-in-picture. Love it, right? Thank you, of course, to the individuals who entrusted me to capture them. And it was, man, what an experience.
Yeah.
You need a lip? I got you.
Uncle knew it.
And the audio, the audio came out fantastic. And that's what you would expect with these mics. But the DJ had a banging system and it was pumping, right? And once again, you can hear the difference and hear the audio.
Guest. And so he continues to refer to himself as and guest.
At least he knows his place.
He's like.
So that is that. And then I'll show you the actual video clip straight from the camera. Should be plugged in. Here is.
I can read it. I'll read it. I promise I will. All right. So the.
That's how the audio was without these mics. And back when we used to do those interviews way back in the day, we had the wrong mics, nowhere near the quality of mic that we have nowadays. And we were in the room with the DJ, which I would not recommend. Still, the setup we have now would way outperform that. And that just goes with technology has made life so much easier, honestly, in so many ways, right? And really opened up so many different doors. So yes, we did the podcast, stuck around, did my absolute best. I loved it. I think there's so much value. Like I said, imagine 5-10 years from now, imagine being able to relive what maybe your mom or dad or whoever was, once again, willing to come up and share their perspective of your wedding day, right? Or kind words or whatever it was, right? I think there's so much value to this and so much power to it and fun, right? It's unique for sure. So not only did I do the podcast setup, but what you also notice.
In your second reading, which is St. Paul's letter.
The full ceremony I captured. What is it to me, right? A simple monopod with the cinema camera on it. Full ceremony. Through a lapel mic, of course, on the actual priest. Quick color grade, export and upload. We also got...
Sure if I start with clapping.
Sorry, I need a bit. And Alex, one thing you'll learn quickly.
Also have the toast in entirety, right? And that's me, the homeless looking dude in there. We got the dance, right? So yeah, once again, I'm just going to underscore this. If you are in the industry or wherever you are, right? Try to make the habit of just adding more value to people, right? Because I truly believe you get paid for the value you add to people, right? So make that a habit, right? Make that more than a habit. Make it part of your DNA if you can, right? So as you can see, I definitely went above and beyond in my opinion. And once again, thank you and shout out to the couple. You guys can help me out, of course, by letting the world know how the experience was, good, bad, terrible, whatever you thought of me experience-wise on the wedding day by leaving a review, right? Google, I would recommend. I think that's the most dependable, if you will, because don't get me started on the knot. We're running into some issues with all of a sudden my 200 reviews plus are disappeared. All of a sudden you pause your account because we're swamped with weddings and can't take more in, and they take down your whole storefront and review. So where did those go? Anyways, that was a recap. Let's make sure, of course, as well, that we're live with a teaser. And this is like at least like post 6 of the year, I'd guess. Like we're rocking, man. We're getting it done. All right, so that's where we are for this past weekend Saturday wedding that I was hoping to share and tease and show the process behind the scenes and the care and the desire for me to always add new value, right? So we got something else we got to visit here before we get too far in the weeds. It's time. Let's readdress free mini sessions, right? Next week, we will be kicking those off in large part. And friendly reminder, first one to DM us. Yes, DM us, the world's greatest rock band to ever exist. Who is it? DM us that answer as long as you have the right answer. First 2 people that have the right answer, I will be, of course, walking you through sharing what are the next steps to schedule, okay? Once again, can't stress this enough, totally free. All past clients, it doesn't even matter. Maybe we just shot your wedding video. I get it. You're not excluded. Like, we love to see our past clients. It's one of my favorite things to do, in all honesty. So, if we've shot your wedding in some way, shape, or form, DM us. Once again, the world's greatest rock band to ever exist. As long as you have the answer right, I'm going to select 2 of you, and I'll send you guys the next details from there, okay? Let's take a peek how we're doing after that big flub. Still, we're getting closer. All right, so it's going to be time to pull up a chair, and what we're going to do is revisit that edit we were working on That puppy's nice and loud. And actually, I think so I added the color grade. I need to export this, but we're not going to do it right now. That would take forever. So I'm going to be beating this drum quite a bit, I think. I guess it doesn't work that way. I'm going to be beating this drum because this is my honest opinion. Video is so much harder than photo. Full stop. So much harder. As a photographer, you have so much more flexibility, in my opinion, so much more leeway, less air for major issues or missed moments. Let's say, I'll give an example. If I'm the photographer for a wedding day and I miss the kiss at the altar, right? Technically, when I go do family photos, what I could do is have the bride and groom stand exactly where they were, ideally, shoot it really, really tight, crop in, and shoot them kissing. And would anyone know the difference? Like, I'm just giving an extreme example. Flip side of that video, if I were to miss the kiss, that's it. Everyone and their mother that watches that video would be like, where's the kiss of the bride and groom from the ceremony? And that's fair. It's a fair assessment. It's a fair question. You can't get away with making mistakes in video, honestly. Photo, there's a lot less risk to it, in my opinion, when it comes to capturing the moments, being that it's not definitively locked in time. Does that kind of make sense? Because I kind of see it as a timeline, right? Like another example might be the groom getting ready. For photos, man, the light blasted me. For photos, right? Like I can shoot him, of course, getting ready technically, even at the reception, find a good spot, some good lighting, make it happen. And no one would really know the difference, right? So video, once again, you really can't miss moments. You have to be absolutely on your game, like so important, right? And there's not just the aspect of capturing, like, because all the elements that make a good photo, you need for a good video shot, right? Composition, exposure, lighting, everything, right? But there's the audio element of things, right? That it goes above and beyond, right? So it's like, you have to make sure you have the right audio. Like, you could nail the shot, but if you don't have the audio, people are going to ask questions. And for the way video works is like, from my experience, if one thing is wrong, you can nail 99% of that video, but if the 1% of the video is off, people are going to point to that 1%. They're like, dude, that one spot, we need it fixed. Photo, you could probably go 70% and 30% you miss, and no one would care because they really, I feel like, attach to the shots that they love, right? Like just being real. That's my perspective. And like I said, if I had to choose between the two, yes, I love video. I think it adds more emotion and really captures it better. But if you were asking me what's easier to shoot, yeah, photo, 100%. So that's my little quick dabble into it, shots fired. And I say that as someone who shoots both, right? But we're going to dig into this video, and we're going to wrap up kind of where we were, because we're running a little bit lower on sand. And man, that's so embarrassing that we missed that whole beginning. So, well, what are you going to do? All right, master snippet footage. Uh-oh. Got to link up some footage. This is what happens when you edit on a completely different system. And then you come here and it's like, what in the world's happening? We need to resync these up. Saying they're here. That's so crazy. So it's saying it's here. I'm going to restart it. Let's see if that fixes it. Unless maybe it's like jumping to proxies. I didn't see that though. Optimize the originals. We knew something else was going to go wrong. It's just one of those days, man. All right, we're linked up. Where we left off. We need our master snippet footage. Boom. All right. For the sake of time, once again, even video too, quick note on, I feel like there's just so much more you can do with it. Like the sky's the limit. Like you could grab stills to create amazing photos and imagery. You can create vertical videos. You can create, your traditional video, cinemas. You can crop in and have just a completely different look and spin. There's just, the sky's really the limit. It's wild versus photos. I feel like there's so much more creative opportunity when it comes to video. All right, so let's grab this. Come down. We'll duplicate this. Snippet 2. And even the titles aren't coming through. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. I'm going to make this a little bit wider. We're going to have to keep this as close to, once again, that minute mark is generally my goal. We'll keep that image. Let's add this as our new. We're about 2 minutes. All right, so we got to shrink this. Oh, this screen sucks. Hopefully everyone had an amazing weekend as well. It's hard to believe it's already June. Like this is just, it's madness. All right, for the sake of keeping it as close as we can to a minute. Still a minute and a half. Let's see. Love this shot, but it's probably got to go. All right, how close are we? I think we can make this happen. All right, so fixing our crop. These, let's go. See what I like here. Gotta move those a bit more. That looks good to me. I was not anticipating this blinding light just blasting me through the window here. All right, so let's try that 1275. Shaping up. Where are we at? 1:05. So we might have to shrink a few things. I like that, right where it catches him looking. We're just cutting it back, making sure that we fall within that time frame we're hoping for. Dig it. All right, we're just 59 seconds, it looks like. Perfect. All right, we just got to add a song. Oh, man, I probably have the world's worst posture. Sorry about that. I know that was crazy loud.
I got it back. What if
I definitely need to be better about cleaning up and having these categorized. So that's the good thing about doing this is like when you put yourself out there, you're like, you know what? Yeah, I should probably have this more categorized. That way I don't have to drag you guys through the unprepared way of trying to find a song. Also crazy loud. Jeez. Sorry about that. We're going to have to figure out how to adjust that mix. All right. Man, I wish there was a way to adjust this. So I'm just going to have to bring the volume down. The way it's not blowing you guys out. All right, so we should be just about done. We could take a preview here and take a peek at what everything looks like. Still crazy loud, sorry. Let's go more.
I'm feeling lighter than
There we go. How can you not say that video does not have more emotion to it, more energy to it than photos? Well, embarrassing that we totally botched and missed the pretty much first half of this, but I may have done you a favor. Either way, I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Done with this tease. I just want to take a quick moment, of course, as well to wish Katie and Alan all the best moving forward. Thank you. I'm honored that you entrusted me to capture your wedding day. It was an absolute blast. I was a little worried I wasn't going to be able to because we were obviously expecting our third child within days of their wedding. And I think we missed that by just a few days. Our third came a few days before their wedding, and Katie gave me the green light. So I was thrilled to do that. And yeah, thrilled how everything came out, and it truly was a joy to capture your guys' love story. So I'm going to jump over to the couch, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. All right, that's a wrap on today's Hourglass Hour. Quick recap of what we covered. Free mini sessions are launching next week, and here's the deal. The first 2 people to DM me the name of the greatest rock band of all time are going to get today's slots. You already know the answer. Here's the thing I want you to walk away with. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. What you absolutely have to expect from me is extraordinary effort and extraordinary work. That's the standard. That's my non-negotiable. That's who I am. And here's what I hope for you. Stop trying to meet everyone else's standard. It's impossible. It'll wear you out. You will never appease everyone. So quit trying. Set your own standard instead. Be willing to be the person some people love and some people can't stand, because that means you're actually standing for something. The moment you stop performing for everyone else and start showing up as the real you, that's when the good work starts getting great. That's when you get amazing. So go set your standard and own it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully a lot less of the hiccups.